Let's get things started. Ready? Go!
Hello and welcome to Bounding Into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding Into Comics. Today I got a story about Prime Video and Amazon Studios releasing their first trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, during the Super Bowl, and that trailer was quickly roasted with a quote attributed to The Lord of the Rings creator J.R.R. Tolkien. Polish, English, Russian, and The Lord of the Rings fans across the world repeated the phrase, quote, "Evil cannot create anything new. It can only distort and destroy what was invented or created by the forces of good." They would attribute that quote to The Lord of the Rings creator J.R.R. Tolkien. I couldn't find that exact quote by Tolkien, and it appears to be a paraphrase from The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, where Frodo tells Sam, "The shadow that bred them can only mock. It cannot make. Not real new things of its own. I don't think it gave life to the orcs. It only ruined them and twisted them. And if they are to live at all, they have to live like other living creatures." So this is at a point in the story where Frodo has been rescued by Sam from the orcs in Mordor. Nevertheless, numerous users paraphrased Tolkien using the phrase, "Evil cannot create anything new. It can only distort and destroy what was invented or created by the forces of good." We see people in Russian, Polish using it. It wasn't just Russians and Polish. We had Portuguese speakers also got in on it. There were plenty of English speakers participating, expressing their dislike for the trailer and the perversion being committed by Prime Video on Tolkien's work as well. Turkish-speaking fans got in on the act too. This was global outrage from lots of different people from all over the world. French speakers, Japanese speakers, and Hebrew speakers were also using the phrase in their various languages. Not only are fans expressing their disgust with Prime Video and Amazon Studios' trailer and their promise for the show, but the trailer only has 58,000 total likes, despite being viewed over 6.6 million times already. That's absolutely abysmal. That's horrible. One has to wonder just how horrible the dislikes are. Unfortunately, we can't see that because YouTube turned them off. What is interesting is it does appear that Amazon has gotten its giant global audience that it wanted for the Lord of the Rings show. If you remember, Amazon head Jennifer Salke told The Hollywood Reporter back in May 2021, quote, "As for how many people need to watch Lord of the Rings, a lot. A giant global audience needs to show up to it as appointment television, and we are pretty confident that that will happen." Well, they clearly showed up for the trailer and they absolutely lampooned it, did not like it, expressed their dislike for the trailer and what Amazon has done to Tolkien's work, or what they are promising to show us what they have done to Tolkien's work in The Rings of Power. But this dislike also comes after Prime Video and Amazon Studios used Vanity Fair to deride fans critical of the show in a puff piece that revealed the show's first images, as well as significant plot and character details, such as the fact that Galadriel is now a commander of the Northern armies and Elrond is, quote, "a politically ambitious young leader." So Amazon gave Vanity Fair the first look at their show, and presumably they reviewed the article that they wrote and were fine with Vanity Fair making a point to call fans trolls who were critical of the show. And not only that, they tried to paint them as bigots and racists with a feminist activist that they tried to claim is a Tolkien scholar. So Vanity Fair writers Anthony Breznican and Joanna Robinson called critics of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, quote, trolls in their piece. Specifically, they wrote, "When Amazon released photos of its multicultural cast, even without character names or plot details, the studio endured a reflexive attack from trolls, the anonymous online kind." They went on to cite feminist activist Mariana Rios Maldonado, who they described as a Tolkien scholar, to try and paint critics as racist and bigots, as I mentioned. Maldonado told Vanity Fair, obviously there was going to be push and backlash, but the question is from whom? Who are these people that feel so threatened or disgusted by the idea that an elf is black or Latino or Asian? Clearly, based on the comments we're seeing from YouTube, that narrative just blew up as people are absolutely sickened by what they saw and the perversion of Tolkien's work in the trailer. It looks like Amazon is going to get their Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, it is going to be Game of Thrones Season 8, but maybe even the worst comparison is they got their Star Wars The Last Jedi, and they're absolutely going to destroy Tolkien's appendices and the Silmarillion. Those are my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you think. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding Into Comics.